Yeah, something wrong with that. Go down.
Oh, we thought we were waiting for us.
Trying to get her on now, but
So she won.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we have four, so I think we're okay. We have one to start. Yeah. Just have to read that, right?
Mike sometimes reads the description. That's really is.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Welcome, Bellingham Conservation Commission. I just want, before we start, we have a little bit more members of the public in the audience than we're normally accustomed to. So I just, are any of you here for the Prospect Village? Okay, they asked for continuance this afternoon. So they are,
You gave it to them?
we don't have any choice.
Okay,
It's not, that's not up to us.
all right.
So,
They asked for the 28th,
yeah, Wall Street Development has asked for August
August 28th.
28th. Apologies for the late notice, but that's kind of the way we got it, so. So we will not be discussing that project this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Sorry about that.
Better to tell you now.
Thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, keep checking, keep coming back.
Yep.
Is that also with the North Street and the Blackstone? Is it Lou in charge of that as well?
There's no hearing for anything else involving Wall Street Development this evening.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he hasn't submitted anything else.
So that's all he had on the board for this evening, and that's off the table, so.
Thank you.
We do have a thing on North Street, but not that. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to open the continued hearing for the enforcement order on 46 Ruth Allen Road. NOI restoration project. Betty Braga from 46 Ruth Allen Road, Bellingham, Mass. Joe Bellino, 3 Oaks Environmental.
Thank you, commission members, for the opportunity to discuss the case. My name is Joe Bellino. I'm an employee of 3 Oaks Environmental. I was retained by Mr. Braga to address the outstanding enforcement order on the property. I've submitted pretty much all the documents. Hannah, right?
Yep.
Get everything, or
Yes,
there any
but
questions about, did I miss anything?
I just because I got it in the past 48 hours, it
Okay.
technically can't be a formal hearing in terms of the NOI right now
Right,
because of the deadlines. So
right.
we can open it as a hearing the 28th at the earliest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I, would it be worthwhile to just brief the commission on, what I've done, or?
Yeah, and I can also show the pictures too. I'm actually having.
So,
sorry.
there was some work done in the buffer zone. Mr. Braga put up a grapevine trellis. And previously had, built a tree stand. It's within the buffer zone. of bank and BBW. Based on what I see, there's no disturbance of any wetland resource. There was two or three small trees that were cut. But the area's vegetation is very dense, very good tree canopy. Robust shrub layer, some vegetation is very robust. So I decided that the best thing to do would be to file an abbreviated notice of intent for completion of the trellis. It's the structure, the frame is up. And all he needs to do is just finish the frame. So it's just minor work to finish the frame. It's supported by concrete pilings, small 4x4 concrete pilings. There's a crushed stone at the rear of the backyard area. No evidence of any fill, no undisturbed or disturbed soil, everything's stable. So the NOI basically is just capturing the structure that was started earlier this year, and also I added the tree stand in with the NOI. So that's what we're gonna file, and we're hoping that you know, we can you know, get an order of conditions so we can finish the trellis. And I think we should be in good shape.
So we're going to put the documentation out to the portal,
Yeah, yep.
and then we'll be able to review it in detail on the 28th potentially.
Yeah, I did send out the abutter notification. All the butters within 100 feet where have been notified or mailed did a certificate of service. Those were mailed yesterday. I have the checks for the town's share of the fee under the state Public Protection Act as well as for the bylaw. I just mail those to the office is fine, because I need to make copies of them. I just got them tonight.
Oh, yep, that's fine.
Is that okay?
Mhm.
All right. How about the legal notice? Is that something that you,
So you provide me a one sentence of what you're planning to do on the property, and then I will send that to the call. They give me an invoice of that description, and then I tell you how much that is.
okay, so is it satisfactory what I provided as a description in the NOI, or do you need me to send you something pretty much described in detail as far as what we're doing or what was done?
I'll review it again. It's just not,
That's
my
okay.
Wi-Fi is not working right now, but
That's fine.
I'll
That's
review it to make sure, and if not, I'll reach out to you.
That's perfect.
Most likely though, generally we don't get super detailed because it's the amount is based on word count.
Okay, so
No.
the commission will,
Yeah,
you will publish it, and then whatever it costs you will reimburse you for that, is that how it works?
essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just opening it, we'll just continue it to the 28th? Or can we not open it?
Well, we already did.
Okay,
Yeah, that's it.
oh,
Yeah.
If you want to see the pictures he sent me, Kaya has.
one thing I would add is that, what I propose as mitigation for the trees that were cut, and they were small trees. As you can see, like I said, the herbaceous layer is pretty robust. But I think adding, 4 high bush blueberries in the vicinity where the trees were cut, will add a little bit of value, and it'll mitigate for any cutting that was done. The canopy is still pretty heavy. So, yeah, it'll be, maybe 10 to 15 feet in front of that, the edge of that frame is, maybe not even, maybe 10 feet. We'll just stagger the plantings. That's what I propose as mitigation.
Is this within the 25-foot buffer? Right, it's well within, right?
It's within 25 feet of the
The edge of the wetland.
the edge of BBW. It's probably 15 to 20 feet. I'd say 18, 19 feet from. I didn't flag the BBW edge because I didn't think it was necessary. It's probably within 30 feet of the edge of the stream.
Anyone have any thoughts on the actual structures?
Well, I'd want to see, I'd want an accurate measurement from the edge of the BBW to the structures.
Okay, I believe that was 20 feet. Based on what I did is I prepared a sketch. I used the lot plan and I just sketched on where the structures are located. It's not to scale. He doesn't have a plot plan or a, a site plan. So from the estimated edge of BVW to the edge of the structure, it's about 20 feet. It's a pretty sharp slope. Probably 3 to 1.
You're aware there's a 25-foot no build zone, correct?
In
In
Bellingham.
Bellingham.
Okay. I am now. But what would be the resolution of that? If it's within 25 feet?
Restoration.
What do you say? Removing.
Removal and restoration,
Oh, okay.
unless we feel it's necessary to grant a waiver, which isn't like a dwelling where it would make sense to grant a waiver.
Yeah. Yeah, my only concern, which not that I have a vote, but was just, would we be creating more disturbance? But if we included restoration with it, that makes sense.
You speak up.
Oh, sorry. I was just stating that like our intent here is to make sure there's minimal disturbance, so asking to remove something is asking for more disturbance, so I would request or suggest that it would be partnered with restoration, which is what James was saying.
What type of additional restoration would you envision, I guess? I mean, this is the edge of his property, so it's right up to the edge of the slope. I don't believe any of the slope was altered or anything. I think he just put the structure right on the edge of the top of slope.
And what was the top of slope prior to, what was the top of slope prior to, what was underneath this structure prior to its construction?
What was at the top of slope prior to the structure? Was it lawn?
It was just a fence there. It was all rocks there and just a fence.
He said at the top of slope, there was a fence. Which is about where the edge of the
Yeah, just where that
trellises,
ends.
yeah, right where the trellises, he said there was a fence. And the tree stand, which was, I don't know, done. He told me about 5 years ago. So they would say it's pretty much a straight line there, so I'm assuming there was probably some type of barrier there. I didn't see any evidence of it. So that the structure is basically where a fence used to be.
So previously disturbed, potentially on the upslope side?
Yeah, it was, you had your backyard there, was there lawn there up to the fence?
Maybe no more one thing for the.
Crushed stone.
No, it was just rocks the whole time.
Just debris or just, I thought fence. Not in, yeah, it was just wasn't lawn or anything, no, or? I guess I don't know, maybe it was. Just hard pan, I'm not really sure.
But there was a fence along that line prior to.
That's what he's saying, yeah. Um,
So maybe the right word would be enhanced,
Yes.
because we don't really know what was there before, so.
Okay.
There's some.
Any other questions or comments from the
Yeah.
board? No, hang on, from the board. Nicole, Noel, rather.
if
Um,
I- Go ahead, I'm
So are
sorry.
we thinking on allowing them to keep this structure?
We haven't seen the plans and gotten a. So. We're just thinking about anything at this point.
Okay. Well, it is good to see the slope is still vegetated, and I think that's kind of the thing we should push for is to make sure. I mean, I know we're already past the 25 no disturb zone, but I think we should really just work on protecting the slope at this point. And anything that moves forward on the flat ground should be pretty carefully done and made sure we don't create any more sediment flow into the stream.
We're not proposing any additional earthwork at all. All that's proposed is to finish the frame of the trellis that you see in the foreground there.
Oh, that's good. Any roof
no-
on this structure?
What was that again, please?
Any roof on the structure going up?
I don't think so. It's gonna be a grapevine trellis, no roof, correct?
Oh,
No,
okay,
just,
that's good.
just to grow grapes, so there'll be some, I don't know, some sort of cross beams on the top, and, it's just gonna be,
I tried to.
it's just gonna grow grapes.
Okay, that's good. My concern was if there was a roof, there would be runoff, extra runoff into the stream, but it's good to hear that there's not. Thanks.
Yeah, no impervious is proposed,
Okay,
and like I say, no disturbance of any vegetated area at all. It's, the only thing we propose is to add some high bush blueberries to mitigate for the, 2 or 3 trees that were, small trees that were cut. Less than 4 inches diameter.
So we were led to believe by abutters that there was more than a few trees removed and that the slope was
11.
cleared. And that there was a fair amount of erosion from that slope into the stream.
There's erosion in the stream, but I think it's just probably from road runoff or non-point source discharges from, drainage in the streets or something. I didn't see any evidence of any erosion.
It would be hard to see at this point with that.
True, I mean, I went down to the channel and I could say,
Yes, you will.
Okay,
You
good.
just,
they're,
I'll get to you. I've seen you raise your hand multiple
There was
times. I
sediment.
will get to you.
Good.
there is sediment in the channel, but it's not from the material on this slope best I can tell. It's still a 6 to 8 inch layer of topsoil on the slope. No
Yes.
coarse material at all.
You guys gonna think?
Wasn't there a dock?
No, this is different.
Oh, I
This had a
think
piece that
something
stuck
different.
out. This had a piece that stuck out further that's been removed.
I think, yes, building inspection made some of it already be
Oh.
removed.
This had a. I don't know, ramp. I don't know what you'd call a dock, because you can't get a boat up there.
Right.
There was some sort of an extension overhang that has been removed by building
Okay,
department.
I'm not aware of that. And that's what you see is what I saw.
Well, yeah, there was additional.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll turn.
Your turn.
Hi, we live across the river.
Mhm.
She owns from the water's edge about 3 feet up. How did that ramp or dock or whatever you want to call it, was either up right on our property or just up to it? All right, at least 11 trees, saplings and big trees were cut down, not 3. Okay, and that slope was completely stripped bare down to soil. Now, that stream was about 8 to 10 feet across. Now it's about this much, and there's silt all along it. So I don't know what he's not seeing or is not aware of, but we're aware of it. We've been there 18 years. And we know exactly what was there. He did have a fence going along there, and he took the fence down. Fine. That's his fence. He can do whatever he wants with it. But when he started, we had our land surveyed, and there were posts there. They're gone. His people took them out. They did all this stuff. Okay, so I don't know what he's not aware of, but we're perfectly aware of what was done. It went from a nice shady bower and a nice flowing stream to now we're looking at a construction site over here.
Again, what I will say, I disagree with its classification as a construction site. I don't see any evidence of any significant erosion off of the slope. There's still a healthy layer of topsoil, there's a healthy layer of ground cover. I don't see any evidence of more than 3 trees beyond 4 inches in diameter that were cut. That's my observation, so. There's still a dense tree canopy. I mean, like I say, what you see is what I saw when I first went to the property. And I don't know what he's referring to. I know you mentioned, Chairman, something about a ramp. Well, this is the first I hear of it. So if he removed it, it's gone. So even in the picture, I have some pictures when the enforcement order was issued. I don't see any structure that looks like a ramp or anything off the existing trellis, so.
Do we have any?
Yeah, I mean, I have your original picture.
That's
what I
right.
thought,
Those original pictures show you everything. It was
right,
down to bare soil. All right, and then we had the heavy rains in April and early May. All right, now there's all greenery because it's growing,
It's
okay? But what's considered a tree, okay? We
Is
see
this you're referring
saplings
to?
this big.
What you're referring to? This picture, did you take that picture? Is that what you're referring to?
Yep,
Okay.
yep. Yep, half that tree was taken off. That hung over, that was taken off. There's a big stump right around here, right by his.
I did
his
see,
dog.
like I said, I saw
Okay.
3
Then there's
evidence of about.
A whole
3
bunch of
trees.
saplings this big or more.
And they're less than
taken
4
down.
inches, so I would, yeah, they're saplings.
It doesn't matter, it's still a tree. God makes a
I
tree,
don't know, just
not
a
us.
picture. Dan, is this a picture?
I'm gonna make sure.
You've got all
We
those
had
pictures,
several.
and we sent them all to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, the channel looks the same width as it does, as I see it today, so I don't see
No,
any.
it doesn't.
Well, this is the photo and I.
Well, we live there, we see it every day, you know, we've already heard what you haven't seen.
Okay.
I'd be happy to go there. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna propose that we get those,
All that bracken is the result of all the tree cutting.
So partial cut.
we have to poke around under the underbrush, see if we can find any evidence.
Okay.
That looks like. it May have. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that, and that's. We're just looking at that photo here.
That's fine. I'm looking at it too. It looks better in color.
It does.
I would argue that the channel looks pretty much the same. I mean, I don't really see. It looks clear.
All right, can you- everyone out there?
Yep.
All right, so Hannah's gonna come out and have a look. And get us some eyes on from our point of view on what's currently there, poke around in the brush and see what's what. And maybe with. I'll join. Other board members. And then we're going to reconvene. On the, propose on the 28th.
Yeah, I guess I still need filing fees from you. That would
Yeah, I
be-
have the checks.
Oh, you have the checks, okay.
Yeah,
Then-
I have all the checks, I just gotta send them.
Okay,
And we will need the advertising check before we can hold the hearing as well. On the
Okay,
20th.
that's what I asked, right?
Yeah,
and I'll give it to you in a time.
no, just say before we can hold the hearing, we need to have that check. That's-
Yeah, if you just let me know what it is, and I'll get you that as well.
It's one of our rules.
Okay, just one other question, what I mean, the plan that I prepared, it's just more of a choosing a plot plan and it's a sketch. I sketched on the structures. It doesn't have any topography, it doesn't have any type of topographical plan. If that's something that you're gonna be looking for, you have to let me know so that I can, advise, my client that, that's a significant expense for a structure to complete two structures that are pretty much already exist. So I think, we look at this picture, we look at the picture of what it looks like today. I don't see any, with my eyes looking at it, it's really not altered other than some minor cutting. But like I say, if I just ask Hannah, take a look at the drawing that I sketched, that I prepared. And I'm hoping that that's sufficient. If it's not, please let me know.
I think it's the board's position that per state law and the town bylaw, that no work is done within the 100 foot without a permit. And no structures are to be built within the 25 foot at all. So I think that's our starting position. So we will look at what you presented to us. And I will entertain a motion to continue the hearing until the evening of the 28th at 7. Yep, so-
Can I just say one thing before you go to another person?
Sure.
I live across the street, okay? I happened to come home early, it was in April. And I came home to my neighbor with his men in the stream. Walking down, cutting trees. I couldn't believe what I saw, so I took the pictures. They had a big board going across the water to my property. And they were walking back and forth, they were in the water, and they were cutting everything. It was early April, the fern were not up yet, they weren't even peeking through, thank God, or they would have been pulled. Everything was taken out, I couldn't believe what I saw. That's why, and then he was building, and he had the, going over the water. And the tree house and stuff, and I was like, my God, what is happening? It's completely different. The fern have lived, thank God, the fern are up. But all of the branches were left on the bottom, they were left everywhere. And they went down and there are now, instead of like he said, instead of it being really wide, it's smaller. But they're creating mountains of land. So instead of the stream going nicely, it's going around mountain, it's slow, it's clogged. It's completely clogged. So there is a difference. Yes, the fern are up, but there's no more trees, there's no more big rose bushes. And there's no privacy anymore. It's gone. So that's why I'm upset about this.
Just so you understand, the privacy issues aren't really within our purview. Some of the other things aren't within our purview. The disturbances within the buffer zone and the building within the buffer zone and what's to be done about that is within our purview.
Okay.
So, those are things that we will address when we have reviewed the material submitted by the applicant, and we will discuss it at that time, once we've had a chance to look at what they're proposing and had a chance to digest that and reconvene at the next meeting and discuss it. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I have a motion. Who moved?
I did.
Anybody second?
Second.
All in favor, and since we've got online, I have to do a roll call. Noel,
Aye.
James?
Aye.
Don, I.
Ariane's on.
Ariana's on.
Oh, Ariane.
Ariana's on.
I'll say
Ariane?
aye. I was watching on the live stream before I was able to join the meeting, so aye.
Welcome. Okay, unanimous.
You wanna continue your maple? We skipped it.
The what?
Your maple, we skipped it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Please.
I wasn't
All right.
sure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Come back next 2 weeks.
Thank you.
I figured I'd start with the people over here.
We're gone. We're gone. We need vacation that week.
Okay,
So we won't be around. Now, is there any way we can stay informed?
absolutely.
Can watch.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Well,
Like,
we're gonna be up in New York, upstate New York. So I don't know if we.
I heard they got the internet up there.
Well,
Some places, you might be
Might be.
out of the.
In the hills of the Catskills.
ah.
Does that look like I'm connected to the future?
No, it does not.
No, it does not.
Okay, so the future isn't your thing, so,
No, the present.
yeah,
And I have no future.
it'll be on YouTube. It'll be saved on YouTube when you get back.
Yeah,
All
Yeah.
right.
I also have a
That's
feeling
fair
that
enough.
this won't be resolved on the 28th.
Yeah,
So I think there'll be a,
Well,
There were at least 11 trees or saplings, whatever he wants to call it, cut down, you know? That
So
really
we'll-
picked us off because he actually cut some of ours, you know?
so we'll, yeah, just keep an eye on the website and you can call Hannah if you need to and get an update and we'll go from there.
All right, thank
All
you.
right.
We appreciate your time.
All right, have a good
You know,
night.
I'm sorry I got upset, but that guy was getting me steamed.
Thank you.
good night.
Good night.
You know, I don't like smoke blowing up my backside, you know, and he's sitting there, oh, I don't see anything wrong. No, you don't live there, buddy. You know? If it was your backyard, you'd see it.
All right, I'm gonna,
Excuse me, y'all.
I'm gonna open the hearing for 0 Maple Street. Continuation, NOI, for proposed 19,525 square foot industrial side building parking areas, 3 property treatment devices and 2 subsurface infiltration systems. The applicant has requested a continuation until
28.
the 28th seems optimistic to me, but that's okay.
It's on there.
Let me see,
We're usually overflowing with optimism, so that's probably part of that.
You're the most positive person I know.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know a lot of people.
that would help.
yeah,
All right.
they just said they'll be making revisions as the plan, to the plans as a result of seeing the peer review a few days ago.
So I will entertain a motion to continue the hearing to the evening of August 28th at 7 PM.
So moved.
Don,
Second, James.
James. Roll call vote, Ariane,
Aye.
Noel,
Aye.
James,
Aye.
Don,
Aye.
unanimous.
There.
While we're on the subject, I'm gonna ask people's forbearance for a second. I am going to open the hearing for Prospect Hill Village. So we're gonna open the continued hearing for the notice of intent for off Lake Street, Prospect Hill Village, construction of 156 unit townhouse development, which will impact bordering vegetated wetland bank, land under water bodies bordering land subject to flooding and riverfront area. The applicant has requested a continuation until anybody? 28th. At 7 PM. So I will entertain a motion to do just that.
So moved. Seconded.
James motion, Don second. Noel,
Aye.
Marianne,
Aye.
James,
Aye.
Don?
Aye.
Unanimous.
All right.
All right.
It's the new stuff. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, once he opens it.
On to the new stuff. So, 7:36, we're gonna open a hearing for notice of intent for 175 North Street, construction of a single-family dwelling, septic system, barn, and utilities. James McGrath, 175 North Street, Bellingham, Mass. William Halsing, Land Planning, Bellingham, representing.
My name is Holden.
Evening.
How are you?
I brought a board with the plan, if that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, you have your own. You're prepared.
I try. Well, actually, every once in a while. I'll
Yeah.
get it.
We're gonna also share it on Zoom.
Bill's always prepared. I mean. Well, he was a scout, but one of his kids was. Cool.
One made eagle, the other, not so much.
Not so.
That's the best way
Big
to
bird.
describe that. Not so.
Actually, that was one of the projects, my oldest one did, is he came to a meeting here for his, public service thing,
Yeah.
and we went through a whole notice of intent. And, he went through all the steps and learned all about conservation.
We're ready when you are. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Go for it.
Bill Housing Land Planning. Representing Jim and Tony McGrath. Good morning. A few months ago, this lot was split off of his home lot next door at a special permit for backlot division. And now we're proposing a new house and associated stuff on the new lot for their daughter eventually down the road a little bit. Lot is pretty big, 669,000 and change square feet. A large parcel. Wetlands flagged by Northeast Ecological Services, Scott Heim, the flagger. Proposal is to construct a driveway starting on North Street. Bringing and kind of splitting the difference between the wetlands, constructing a new home. Septic system, a potential pool in the future, and a barn. No work is proposed within the 25-foot no disturb zone, and no buildings are proposed in the 50-foot no building zone. Proposing wattles as siltation barrier where we're close to any potential the wetland area. Site also in a priority habitat. So we have also sent the application out to Natural Heritage for that.
Box turtles.
I think it is the box turtles. And I had talked to them informally a few months ago before we got too far in the project to see if this was approvable. And it was in the affirmative, but certainly until you have permit in hand, it's still a question. Not in a flood zone.
Was the whole section under priority habitat or just a chunk?
The whole thing, this
The
whole
whole thing.
neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the same as North Street.
Oh,
It's the same
right.
with the, yeah, this is the same
Chunk.
chunk, yeah, there's on the other side as well, so on the
Okay.
other side of North Street as well.
I think that goes all up to Williams Way too, doesn't it? Could be pretty close.
Could be, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Well, they get around quick, you know.
They do, these turtles.
That's what they're known for.
Yeah, they need a wide range.
But there's no rabbits out there, you know?
Okay.
And folks, if I may, we have two daughters and we all know with real estate. It's getting tougher and tougher. That's all we're trying to do is give them, an opportunity.
That's nice. Yeah.
I wish I had that too.
Have we looked at, runoff? Stormwater?
We have not.
Are you thinking of the driveway?
Do we know what the square
A
footage?
lot.
of
Well, yeah.
impervious
We're
surface
introducing
would be?
impervious, we're introducing quite a bit.
You're
of
not
impervious
calculating
surface.
impervious.
Right.
You calculate disturbance areas.
Um. Yeah, I think we're gonna need stormwater calcs. You're introducing quite a bit of impervious surface to the whole, so we need to look at that, especially for the roadway. Um,
Now, this does not fall under DEP's stormwater management.
falls under the local bylaw, stormwater management. Yep. So I would look at those regs carefully, please.
Sure.
What's the total disturbance for the project as a whole?
Looks like 40, just shy of 49,000 square feet,
Okay, so it's over an acre, so
permanent disturbance.
you're obtaining NIPD's coverage then for the project?
Yeah, before he gets a building plan. Yeah.
Uh, Online, any questions, any concerns, comments?
Is this a septic system?
Yes.
Yeah, it's right there in between that.
Yeah, right, that's what I was.
Pool and barn.
And also a private well.
Potential, well, depends on what,
If they're,
it depends on what National Heritage does.
right,
Have you
okay,
done,
Yeah.
that's later on though.
Yeah.
Okay,
perk tests or, a boring to know how deep the well's going, or is that?
Not for the well, but we did for the septic system. We tested a couple of different areas.
And you've got the separation from the well.
Yes, 100 feet minimum.
How far is the well from the edge of
yeah,
well?
it is.
Ooh.
I see the proposed dwelling shows.
It's
80
about
60 feet.
60 feet, yeah, give and take. The well is about 60 feet off the edge of the wetland.
Oh,
I would recommend marking that out on the plan, just because you have it, you have the distance between the dwelling and the wetland. We can just have the distance there. That would be helpful. Sure.
Um, I'm thinking this is so tight that, this site is gonna need us to verify the wetland line. Whether we do that ourselves or put it out to peer review would be, I guess, to the pleasure of the board.
Great. If, assuming this the topos on here are accurate, the grade's not very significant.
No, it's pretty
Difference,
flat,
it's kind of hard to tell unless you do the
yeah.
soils.
So I think this, I think we might have to, put this out for peer review, yeah.
It's this right
specifically just reviewing.
Well, reviewing the
the
wetland line
lines. Yeah,
and,
here. You can see that, yeah. I have a question.
possibly the,
On the
stormwater.
floor,
okay.
this section here says leaching reserve.
When you construct a septic system for a new property, you have to show that you can reconstruct it in an area should the primary system fail. And so we had tested for septic system in 2 different spots. So we have the primary in one spot and the reserve in another. And in 30-some years of practice, no one's ever used the reserve area that I've worked with.
And is the reserve is area is only if the existing system fails after installation, or you're saying fails?
Down the road or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
typically in real life, you just put it back basically in the same spot.
You clean out the soils and put in new material and
It works there for 30 years. Probably
probably work
continue.
again with a fresh load of gravel and whatever, yeah.
So you said, potential pool, is that based on anything, or you're just like,
I'm just,
He likes pools. He likes pools.
you like pools?
Who doesn't?
Thinking
Unless you
ahead,
own,
you're
unless you
planning
own one.
I didn't know
I
if it was like,
really
if
am, y'all.
other
Yep.
things work, then yes, pool, or if this doesn't work, then no pool. I was just wondering what the thought process.
I
was
think it's
there.
probably just to get it on the record.
Potential, okay.
Yeah. Even
So
if he
if it
doesn't
gets-
build
gets
it now,
constructed
5 years
within,
down the line, he
you know,
wants
the
it,
order of
it's already
conditions, if
in
not, it
That's
doesn't.
true.
Yeah, I'd say for wetland line, for, stormwater, for, there's nothing in the 0 to 25 and there's no direct impact, so I don't think we have to worry about restoration.
And they did as best they could to design.
Oh, yeah, no, they,
Trying to.
that'll be, it'll be a fun driveway in the right car.
Yeah,
Wow, I hope you.
yeah, no wonder that might suck.
Um,
They'll have privacy.
well, like I said, it's a gentle slope. when you go
Yeah.
up. I think that would be my, that would be my thoughts at this point.
it's actually a very nice lot.
Rub it in some more.
Uh, and I'm always confused by this one. The zoning bylaw for land
Oh,
for percentage of the property not under jurisdiction.
Oh, you mean the upland rule?
Yeah,
We need it.
you need it.
Planning board did that when they did the special permit. There's more than enough on this.
You just can't get to it.
No crossings, all upland.
No crossings. Okay, so no cutting this parcel off and creating a hardship.
There's not enough frontage anyway.
They're not what?
There's not enough frontage to cut it again.
No, I mean by doing this, if it didn't meet the upland rule.
Say it again?
If it didn't meet the upland rule,
Oh.
then that would be
That'd be a different story.
a different story.
How are,
And 94 feet of up frontage is enough?
You can do 50 in a backlot division,
Really?
but you have to have twice the area. There's a whole bunch of criteria.
Not that that's, I'm just. Not that that's any line.
What is the upland rule?
90% of the minimum lot size has to be up.
how are utilities getting from North Street to the road, to the house? Overhead, underground,
Overhead,
okay.
overhead and then probably drop somewhere.
Yeah.
To get it on the ground, so don't have the wires right there in the front of the house, if you will.
Probably right as the driveway flares out somewhere.
And then no sewer, no, is it no gas, just
No
just
gas.
electric?
No, there's no utilities up there.
So no water line, no sewer line,
Yeah,
no gas,
almost self-sufficient,
almost.
almost.
Solar panels in when the pool goes,
There you go.
less maintenance.
Right?
That's a pretty big.
That would be cool.
Can put some panels on the barn.
Okay, so what do we have to do to start the ball rolling on the peer review? Get a quote from
I'll reach out to Amanda,
Amanda BSC,
yes.
and we'll get that quote, we'll run that by you, and go from there.
Did we confirm they still have like ability to support?
Yeah,
That would
because
be
we,
fair bet.
so we,
Right.
before either of us, there's an open contract with BSC and the commission. So,
Oh, we don't have like a list of vendors we can go to, it's. We have one,
Yeah, I don't think we currently do, but if they couldn't support us, obviously, then we would have to go outside, we would have to go somewhere else. But I think they have somebody other than Matt that does their.
oh, no, I
I
know,
don't think
but
he's the only guy
Oh.
on staff.
all of our. Losing staff and. Right, so. We might, for the future, we might wanna. Think about opening up that list maybe.
I think it makes sense anyway, considering everything that we have, at least 2 or 3. Potential vendors.
right,
But for the purposes of this hearing,
Yeah, BSC.
we'll reach out to BSC. See if they can, and if they can provide us with a quote from that by the applicant, and then we will go from there.
Yep.
And this one will probably, even after that's all done, this one will definitely be a site road.
So maybe continue in a month and do the scope peer review stuff within that month and site visit.
I don't think we'll have any
No, I don't think,
useful information to.
In 2 weeks, yeah, that's not
no.
useful
Nope.
time. Or
Um,
time used usefully, I don't know.
Are you amenable to going out a month
Yes.
for continuation?
Yeah.
Been 23 years. It's another month.
I believe that is September 11th.
Still here.
Okay, so anything else, Bill?
Not from me, unless you guys have other questions.
Not at this point, no.
Obviously, update me if you get anything from National Heritage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you copied on any of their stuff yet?
No, I did get a DEP filing number for you though.
Yeah, I got that too, like
Okay.
yesterday or something.
Don't think so. Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, if I get something, I'll send it.
Okay.
Okay, so, Noel, Marianne, anything?
Nope,
Oh, actually, yeah,
no, nothing for me at the time.
I'm too late, James.
just thought of
Yes,
it.
sir.
This is currently all forested, right? Or is it
Yes.
considered it's forested? And within this month that we're talking about, can we mark out most of the larger caliber trees that we're removing, so we kind of have a number?
We put a number in the
Oh,
note,
it's in, okay.
and we also staked center line of driveway, post barn,
Wow.
just so we go to walk it. You know,
And
Thank you for doing that. Appreciate it.
yeah.
We try to work together, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the last page.
Oh, look at that, even species listed, look at that.
Like you know what they like.
Yes, we could.
Absolutely true.
Sometimes I put down unknown because like, I don't know what that.
Ooh, 24 plus oaks, 37, yikes.
We get old and dangerous too.
All that.
I had one go down in my neighborhood, it looked perfect, the oak was all hollow, the
Oh,
wind took it.
wow.
Just don't want to be around for that.
You do not want to be around for that. Okay, so I will entertain a motion to continue 175 North Street to 7 PM on the evening of September
11th.
11th. So moved. Don? Do I hear a second?
Second,
Sorry, go off mute.
Well-
no, I'm Ariane.
That was Ariana, I'm sorry, you didn't sound like your usual self. No, sounded too chipper.
Aye.
That was Hannah, Hannah did that, Hannah made me do it. Okay, if that's a vote, roll call, Ariane.
Aye.
If that was that an aye? You were
Aye.
cutting out.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Noel?
Aye.
James?
Aye.
Don?
Hi.
Unanimous.
Folks, thank you very much.
You guys-
I appreciate it.
I will not see you in a month.
Oh, you're gonna be away?
I will not be here.
You going away?
I am going
Where?
to Scotland.
Oh, it's on the week after you're going.
Okay.
See, he scheduled his around so you wouldn't miss the meeting.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I actually think about that.
I'll be there the
I'm
week
sure you
before,
didn't
and
have
I'm there for 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Where are you going?
I'm going first to Iowa, and then after that, I'm going to Glasgow for the rest of the week. Really? Are you gonna be in Edinburgh?
We're in Glasgow.
Mhm.
Fort William, Skye, Inverness, St. Andrews. And then-
Oh, this just came in.
Beautiful.
No.
Really funny if we ran into
This
each
is a-
other in a different country.
No.
Crazy.
You're gonna get it through that way.
Okay, all right. Ready?
We are.
So this is relevant.
Do we have a,
It is,
do we have a number?
for what?
Oh, Standish doesn't need a number.
Yeah, it's an amended. We have the old site plan that he was working on, and we're gonna pull up his proposal.
Old site plan, if you gentlemen can figure out.
Do all state by site plan.
It's an amended order. You can come on up.
Well, thank you all for hearing me today.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, open the hearing for an amended order of condition for 73 Standish Road. Requesting an amendment to the order of conditions. Clifford Ansell, Standish Road, Bellingham. Nicholas Bastignani.
Yep, Bassignani hyphen Parish. So, well, one, I'm here to represent Clifford, Donna, and their son Kevin Ansel. And the proposal that was brought about, in, I think, April of last year, early spring last year, and, I was hoping that we could get a dry well as a substitute to the, proposed rain garden. During previous hearings, they had the two-car garage downsized to a 12 by 24 shed. So the water runoff from the shed is much less than what was in the initial proposal. And the rain garden is providing issues with them finding contractors willing to install it. And so right now it's, the shed is in, but the drive or the runoff discharge plan has not been installed, and they're looking for a means to an end. And with the rain garden comes extra maintenance for them, whether it be the retopping of the mulch yearly or the replanting of any vegetation that dies. And in my proposal, I would just like to propose that we move to a simple dry well so we can put that rainwater someplace quickly where it can dissipate underground and provide little to no maintenance to them other than making sure the gutters are clean and that the downspouts are cleared out. And I'm sorry, I do feel woefully unprepared compared to some of the people that were previously here. I know this would not be admissible because, well, I just wrote it up and it wasn't proposed 48 hours prior, but this would be the sizing of the dry well appropriate to the size of the shed, and I see that now, and my apologies for that. So I'm assuming I should just forget about that, and I'm hoping that the information I did.
Still show us what you. We can.
So, and well, beyond that, they also have 3 downspouts on their house that are just flowing off into the backyard. And I was gonna propose that we expand the dry well to a size capable of dealing with the runoff from the roof and the shed at the same time. I had an email prepared. I forgot to send it. It had all the information together, but I just wrote it down as I realized it wasn't gonna be, admissible. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I was gonna propose and whether it be, done on quality or any time after.
So if I read that right, that they're 2 feet deep,
Yep, 2 feet
under,
deep,
8 inches of topsoil, whatever, then 2 feet. What's the diameter of them?
2 feet.
2 feet, so it's 2 feet by 2 feet?
Yeah.
3 foot gravel around.
Yeah, and then.
Yeah, so-
3 feet of gravel, okay.
3 feet of gravel on either side, all the way around. Now, if they were able to put the house into it as well, it would be a 2 dry well unit, so 2 units, 3 feet, with 3 feet in between. That way, there's enough gravel to take on the 25-year rainfall for this area, which is about 1.75 inches per hour, given by the NDS Flowwell website. And that would allow all the water to be collected in here without issue. It could be sized up more for a 50-year rainfall, but I was hoping a 25-year rainfall was sufficient. I'm sorry, I feel, it's my first time and I'm trying to do everything right here and I just, after watching some other people, I do feel a little.
You're also working on limited hours of sleep right now.
Yes, I have a newborn,
Oh, congratulations.
so, I was happy that I was able to get into this meeting to at least start the ball rolling, but I was surprised the original architect didn't propose a dry well initially. It seems like the easiest, most direct route for, stormwater to reach its final destination, and
What are the walls of the dry well made of?
the hole would be dug and then it would be lined with filter fabric.
Okay.
So that
Yep.
no soil gets into the gravel and mixes. That way it retains its ability to hold that water through the future. And
And this flow well assembly is just probably a plastic.
yes, they
Structure.
do have concrete options also. This was a more homeowner friendly, again, elderly couple. It's the son that owns the house, but it's an elderly couple that's looking to have it done. And I'm just trying to give them a means, you know?
What about overflow? Is there an overflow?
There is plans for overflow if needed, but in this case, the dry well is lower than the downspouts. So the pop-up emitter at the top of the NDS flow well would allow overflow in the event of another
So it'll fill up and just pop up through the top.
pop up through the top, you know, kind of just like if the downspouts were flowing off onto the lawn.
And that's all from that, I'm assuming this is going where the rain garden was proposed.
Exactly.
So what's the distance between that and the wetland or stream?
Just outside of 50.
Okay, so about 50 feet.
Yeah, it starts, the rain garden started, the downstream started at the 50 and headed back towards the. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, it's reading, it's. Oh, that's the riverfront, sorry. No, it's just outside the 50.
And is that all grass lawn or is that forested?
It's a grass lawn at the moment. He has wattle set up at the end of his retaining wall to the end of his property line, as it was dictated in the initial.
Yeah.
Sorry, blanking on the word there. I'm trying to learn, order of
Conditions?
conditions, thank you. So he has that in place and it's all within his lawn. He does have the area scarified and seeded with wetland seed. He did follow through on that also.
Questions?
I mean, overall, this is gonna be less, disturbance to that location.
Seems like a reasonable solution.
Does it need to be maintained in any way once a year? Like,
The maintenance would probably be, like you said, keeping the gutters clean, keeping debris from getting in, and it would probably be a visual inspection through that topper, periodically to make sure that it wasn't filling in.
I guess, yeah.
Eventually, it will have to be
Yeah.
dug out.
Yeah.
The gravel will fill with vines.
Yeah, is there a known life cycle for this?
Actually, with the fabric that I'm proposing that I use, it's really high quality fabric. You were talking decades and probably unlikely that it will break down because no feet break down underground. So if installed correctly, this could be at least a 30 to 50 year
Like-
solution,
I said eventually.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Depending
yeah,
on,
eventually.
depending on this, that, and the other thing, I mean, eventually they
Yeah.
do get filled up.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Down the road.
We just wanna make sure we're not in this position
Oh, yeah.
2 years from now, having to redo it, yeah.
Understood.
I have hand dug out some old ones back in the day, and so.
I am meticulous.
But they didn't have filter fabric back then, so we'll just go with that. Fabric was all homespun wool. Um, Was my grandmother's house, it probably was. So, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't like rain gardens personally, I think they're a scam.
Well, we already have one or two in town that are already.
That's because they're scams,
Right.
in my personal opinion. I don't like them, I don't like them. They have to be installed right, they have to be meticulously maintained.
Yeah.
And cared for very carefully and over forever. And that just, we've seen them fail right out of the box, so. Okay, so we are gonna need, a better plan. We're gonna need this plan modified
Okay,
to show rain garden instead of,
No, to
No.
show
To show the
the
well.
flow well.
to show the well instead of where the rain garden was.
okay.
So, is he still in connection with, civil site engineering? Cause I know that's not you.
They are no longer around. She sold her company and has joined another company, so she's kind of left him in the weeds on that end also,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Civil sites still exists. They have other projects. Unless this is recent.
Yeah, this was proposed last spring, and since then, 6 months after, she sold her company, and because he's a little upset about that also. As he, wanted to have this
So I'm just
amended by
wondering
her.
if he has access to this.
Probably not.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I only have, I guess this, did you find this as a PDF and print it out?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like this all,
We think we could just, to me, this is such a minor change. In an area that is already. The site's already stabilized, right?
Yes.
Because you're. In the middle of construction and this is kind of amending.
Yeah, well, the construction of the shed's already been completed. It's
Okay.
just they have the downspouts with nowhere for it to go, and it was in the original proposal, but he's having trouble finding someone that wants to do it.
I think basically,
This,
no, let's, given that, let's just, maybe PDF, add some notes.
PDF has some notes.
Yeah, add some notes to that stating that the area of where the rain garden was proposed is now gonna be this. Get us,
attach this,
yeah,
the spec sheet.
get us a
Yep.
spec sheet on the details.
Yes.
Maybe redo that, hand-drawn,
Yes.
sketch, and,
do you wanna write this down? You're
No.
sleep deprived, I'm just.
No, thank
saying.
you.
yeah, make some notes get us
That's
something
someone
like
who
this, so
knows.
we can have a, we need a backup, we need a record of what we're doing. And why, so get us that, get us, the spec sheet on the system. And,
And your updated drawing there, though.
Can I ask you what on the drawing you would like more detail on? Or are you just looking for a prettier
a little
proposition?
prettier would be nice.
Okay, understood, yep.
Yep.
And maybe
Slide.
on that, while you're writing it, I know the spec sheet has like installation instructions. If what you're proposing is slightly different than that or a variation of it, just add the step-by-step what you plan on doing.
Of course.
Structure.
Do we want to put in a blurb, have them put in a blurb about, annual cleaning of the gutters and annual inspection of the,
Yeah, what that entails, yeah.
annual gutter cleaning?
We'll probably condition it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to put something about,
Yeah.
some, not really an O and M plan, but an O and M plan.
Okay.
But not as formal, but just, we gotta keep the gutters clean, we gotta keep the downspouts clean, we have to, and a visual inspection, pop that cover off and get a flashlight and just check the thing.
Keep an eye on it, yeah.
Yeah, make sure it's not full of raccoons or
Of course. And,
something,
visual inspection.
could be raccoons.
They're
Bellingham,
pretty, that.
Bellingham,
I saw a skunk on Route down the other day in the water.
so,
Oh,
trail.
Or it could be full of box turtles.
Sure.
Stray box turtles.
I had a bowl.
So if you give me that information, I can start with the amended work
Yeah.
conditions.
It made like a mess.
I guess next meeting, they can approve it, cause I would show them
Okay.
that information.
Would it be worthwhile for me to push for the 3 downspouts on the back of the house to be added, or should I just? Cause he did question about it, so I just don't know if that's pushing the envelope too far.
That's a little more of an amendment to the work that's been proposed thus far.
Okay, well,
So
I'll
that's,
tell him that he can
that's kind of,
hold on.
that's a little more work,
Wait,
That's-
what's the current?
adding, well, it's adding the house downspouts.
Oh, I see.
That's not part of the original. The
This.
original was the garage driveway.
I see.
This is, the whole order was about the driveway and the garage,
okay.
so.
And
Yeah, so
the
that
house
would be added.
spouts right now just over sheet flow on a lawn, is that how they come down or?
Yeah, they just flow out onto the back lawn as is. He does have the those plastic things that stop it from,
Making
A
a
road,
whole.
yeah.
Just spreads it out.
yeah. Disperses.
What
it.
are the, I'm at a loss for the word, we have the infiltrators on downspouts. Tim, what are those? Caltex? On the downspout?
Or you dig down to actually have it in.
On a house, on the downspouts, they have the infiltrators.
Never put those on,
Never put those on?
no. We go right into Caltex underground in the drywall system with what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then with an overflow at the downspout. Where we put a T at the
Right,
bottom of the downspout,
If it backs up.
it backs up,
yeah,
comes out,
Comes out at the downspout.
yes.
Yeah, I'd say put all that together, get it to Hannah, and, we'll go from there.
All right, well, thank you very much for
And
seeing me.
we'll,
Yeah, thanks for coming
will
in.
we have to continue this to the 28th?
Yes.
All right, so I will entertain a motion to continue to the evening of, once again, August 28th at 7 PM. Don. James, Don.
Ugly.
Ariane,
Aye.
Noel,
Aye.
James,
Aye.
Don,
Aye.
unanimous.
You all have a great
Thank
night.
you. Go
Thank
get some
you
sleep.
too.
Thank
Yeah, yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, congratulations.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so.
You walked into my own sister's surprise. I haven't even, I was like, oh.
And you can identify.
Yeah, you empathize with them right away.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I get it.
Okay, all right, we have some other stuff added at the bottom.
Yep, Bellingham Shores.
You're on it.
We have Bellingham Doors, open space.
So, take it away.
Take it away, Hannah.
He's gonna share the site plan. Rob wanted me to share this with you guys. I don't believe it's something that really needs to be voted on per se, but it's just an update and if there were any concerns that they should be talked about. So this is the original Bellingham Shores, Harmony, whatever you wanna call it, project. This space on the left was originally considered open space.
Yep.
They want to put, a welcome sign of some sort, little garden situation. But since it's open space, that's not really part of the plan, so they are offering to, or wanting to swap. See where in the bottom right, these triangles, it's the same amount of property, they're just swapping the lands. So this.
So what
would
is it
be
now?
open
Is
space.
it just, it's open space, but what's it vegetated with?
It's like ornamentals.
It's just,
It's that's wooded, right?
Just weeds.
Yeah. it's
I don't know,
Is
weeds.
it just
They
we
have, they've put some they've done some plantings,
It was like ornamental.
Oh,
lines or
yeah.
but they
Oh,
wanna
that's
put
really
up,
updated.
they wanna put up a little sign saying Happy Valley or whatever.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep. Welcome, you wanna live here. So, yeah, he just wanted you guys to know that that's what they were thinking and
When we say open space, it's open space like currently Article 97 protected open space or just proposed open space when it went to zoning.
I believe that this will be ours. That's why he wants us to.
Yeah. Yep. Um,
To me, I think that this would anyways be more valuable.
yes,
Than being next to the
no,
road. And
I agree.
so,
Are they doing? I can't remember, are they doing bounds and markers on the back end of the property line up against the open space to prevent? Encroachment?
Yeah.
I can look in the order.
Can you look at that?
Would you want that
Yep.
to be?
Oh, yeah,
It's, yeah, it's like a.
they'll encroach the heck out of that,
Yeah,
dumping,
That's
blah, blah, blah.
okay. Sign.
That's the problem with open space up against residential is
It's
that,
in between too. Yeah, it's like a little worm in between.
Right.
Different types.
Right, it's,
Yeah. you've got existing homes.
It's almost, it looks more like an
It's kind
easement
of,
than an
it's
actual.
kind of a silly piece of. open
That, I
space.
looked at it and I was like, there's gotta be some sort of line or something in there.
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
was the more. This is the more.
Yeah.
Open, contiguous.
That's the stormwater drainage,
oh, is it really?
Separated from.
probably.
Yeah.
What?
Where the
The open space will be used to collect all the stormwater.
Not up there,
Is that a low point?
not that piece, there's
Main
stormwater
Street.
basins in the open space out in the back.
Yeah, well, that too, but you know,
There's no
South Main
storm-
Street,
There's no stormwater feeding this area.
surface water runoff.
Well,
Low points.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, off the lots, I suppose. I don't know which way it's pitched.
I think towards,
It's running
from
now.
north to south.
Yeah. Or south to north,
Oh,
I know there.
do you have it on the mass mapper?
The low point is in that more valuable position. That's.
Yeah,
where-
that's where their big stormwater basin.
Right, that's where it leads into the crystal and silver. And then it's kind of flat, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to that swap.
Can you confirm, just because I've been looking at this, what's the swap?
The swap is these three pieces here
for this, right?
for that one piece in the upper left.
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that, yeah, right, it would be, they wanna,
They wanna
they'll
take,
give us this or give it this,
yeah,
so they
Take
can
that.
do something up there.
but isn't that the one that they like landscaped and put a parking,
already-
like a little
they-
driveway?
They probably have
they've
already,
already landscaped it.
So
so
it's not
it's kind
really,
of
Is that 16 and 18?
there is
lot
already
numbers?
something there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
it's like mailboxes
Giving us this.
and a dumpster.
Yeah.
Parcel
So they-
68?
Yeah,
Correct.
there's these two that are listed as 16 and 18 that look like those ones. I'm a little interested in the back end. Looks like they kind of stopped
Yeah,
work up
yeah.
there.
They do this.
So it's almost like they knew they were gonna do this a while ago.
Well,
Wow.
not necessarily. They didn't clear, they don't necessarily clear all the lots all the way back. They don't have to. Yeah, no, however, so. The issue I would have with this. Yeah. Is this. Do we already have
A deed?
the deed?
I don't believe so, but
Okay.
I will
Because,
reaffirm that.
yeah, because the deed will have to be restructured. To reflect the change. New plans.
Right.
We're gonna need an amended plan
Okay,
for this. To get into the record, yeah, because we'd have to, yeah, the deed would have to be changed, the plan would have to reflect that, we'd have to get that all recorded. And look into, are we badging the back ends? Or Are we
okay,
gonna,
yep,
are we gonna trust? Are we gonna trust that, nobody's just gonna turn that into a dirt bike racetrack?
right.
I mean,
That looks.
I mean, like, looking at the
Existing now,
aerial,
right?
like, it has like a mailbox thing on it, and there's a car parked there. And like, are we gonna have to maintain their mailboxes?
No,
No, no, we're getting rid of that.
we're getting rid of that.
Okay,
So
good.
they
Partial
want,
A.
they wanna swap that for another piece of property.
Right.
They should take any dirty dirt with them too.
Is there no contamination?
They're dirty dirt, yes. Yeah, it's not.
It's
Um,
technically a little bit less,
They're giving us less?
3.6 plus 4.6. That's less than
Plus-
8 point.
Was 371. 886.99. And what's that? That's
Which one?
3670 what?
6.
4652.
And
370.
371.
Is that 46.5? No, what is that? What's the
Maybe
small
it's
one?
just close.
Three
Is it?
seven.
370.
Okay, okay.
The same exact or like? No,
It's 8.699.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Looks like it's 100 feet less.
Yeah,
But I might
have
not
to
have
do that
carried the
math.
one, I might not have carried the one.
Yeah, it's it's the exact same. I just,
Do it one more time.
I didn't trust my calculator. I
What
couldn't-
did you come up with?
I didn't do math.
Yeah, 8.699.
I do math all day. I'm not doing it here.
All right, so, yeah. So,
Oh, okay, it's exact, it's
Okay.
exact. I just want to make sure.
yeah, I didn't carry the one. I didn't carry the one.
It's this part we're getting rid of. Right?
All right, are we good on this?
Is it, it's this
Yeah,
part?
we get all that stuff.
It is that, yes.
Okay,
Okay,
Ariane,
Yeah,
no,
Noel,
you good?
They submitted last and got it.
sounds good to me.
Cool.
all right, so what do we need to do? Do we need to wait till we get all that, I would wait till we get a new set of plans and confirm the deed and all that stuff before we vote on it.
Okay, yeah, so is it something that we vote on? Because Rob wasn't really sure and I was
It's
like,
an,
"Oh."
it's an amendment.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, they're requesting an amendment, so yeah, we gotta vote on that.
okay.
So-
I will let you know and I'll put that together.
I do not wanna, I don't think we're gonna have that for the 28th. That seems a little,
Yeah.
so,
I mean, how about I just let you know when I get it and then we'll put it on an agenda when I
yeah,
get
because
it.
we don't, we're under no
Yeah.
regulatory, requirement to,
They would also have to give me a request
right,
for, yeah,
right, this is just a thing, so yeah, so we don't have to, we can do it whenever.
We just
All
let
right.
them know we're open
Right.
to it.
Because this isn't a hearing, I was
Yep.
looking up at the last hearing again, sorry. All right,
um, the other thing is zoning bylaw committee.
Yep.
I don't think so.
Rob, I don't know if he said this super clearly the last meeting, or maybe I just missed it, but like, there is a spot for a commissioner. Is
yes,
that what okay, is
Yes.
anyone interested, is what he wants to know?
Depends on the commitment level.
Okay.
You know what it is? What do you say? Is it two days a week, a month, or do you know what it?
Of course, he didn't give me that information.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
think he
it.
said
He
it
said one,
Once a
meeting,
month?
once a month,
Once a month.
I think.
I can do it. I would learn,
Yeah.
some learning.
Oh, those are interesting. You get to meet different people and explore different kinds of towns. No, I've been on a.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I've
For
been on
me,
a
it'd be
couple of,
learning
I've been on a
experience.
couple of those. Yeah, yeah.
You need to bring a certain background level of experience.
It's really just
No,
one.
you're
person
the, you're the
from planning board.
Concom guy, so you could look
Yeah.
at this stuff from a Concom.
Yeah,
point of
right,
view.
and that, good.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
yeah.
I do, well, I mean, unless someone else feels really compelled to.
wants to push you and knock you out of the way.
Oh, that, it wouldn't be knocking, it would be.
I mean, I don't know, maybe Steve wants it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let you guys arm wrestle for it.
Okay, yeah, I know that Steve potentially was interested in.
Oh, then let them, no,
Well, no,
no.
he said if two are interested, then that might be preferable because there's two on the planning board.
He does have some
interested.
other. he
You
has
just
other
have to make
stuff
sure
going
it's
on,
an
so.
odd number.
Yep,
So it's either 5 or 7, so that's,
okay,
Yep.
it's okay if you're interested.
Yeah.
It's interesting to do that kind of stuff,
yeah,
and it's not a forever thing, so. All right, not last and not least.
What?
No, I got one thing. Mr. Jones,
Yes,
come and see.
Ropes or.
Taft Estates,
Yes.
fencing, and I'm thinking not the fencing like in the Olympics with.
No.
No,
Definitely not.
No.
So good evening. I'm here to discuss, basically the final thing I have to do to get my sign off for the Concom. Last fall, when I was finishing the roads, was talking to this fence that runs along the back line. It encumbers 3 houses. And right now, what's proposed, on the original order, which was many years ago, is a post and rail. And they were asking about maybe putting up, instead of a post and rail, a 4-foot chain link black, that would match the retention pond. Just for those people, it would just, be a better fencing for them versus the post and rail, which is more of a decorative fence. They just wanted to have a fence at the, at the beginning when we did this project. They just wanted to have a fence to separate.
Right.
That. So that's what I'm here for, to ask if there would be a problem.
and this is in the back, just at the
It-
top of the, at the top of the.
At the top of the slope, it borders where the grass is.
Yep.
It follows the grass line of the 3 people, the 3 houses. And goes across the back of the retention pond.
And that line hasn't shifted, that line is still where.
Same
that
as it
line
has
was
been
set?
for 10 years, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no one's encroached.
and we're gonna badge it,
And then,
We're gonna
yes,
hang badges.
I think at the last, one of the meetings I was here recently, somebody said, Hannah, you have badges
Yes.
that you wanted me to use. I have old style badges, but they wanted to use the new style badges.
I don't know the difference between the old and the new, but.
I don't know, I didn't know we had old and new badges.
No, I had to order them a long time
You have
ago.
a horde,
Do they still get the same
Probably bought
point across?
Yeah.
And I have to pull them out and see what they actually say.
Yeah.
yeah,
So- And I can bring them, I can bring one to you and you guys can look at it and say, it doesn't matter if
Yeah.
it's.
send us a picture.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm always in there anyway. I'll just go.
he has a desk there now.
Yeah, I'm always in there.
In zoning or,
Do, the
All
fence like
three,
that.
I get them all at the same time.
what was that, Ariane?
Can you do a fence like that with like, sort of a hole in the bottom so that wildlife could pass through? Like a little 6-inch, like cutout?
Like we do around the detention ponds. We always leave a
Yes,
little bit
but
of,
most of the people that have already fenced up there, some of them have fenced, they're already to the bottom. The retention pond is up 6 inches
for the critters.
and they can go right out and into the wetlands. I don't know if, that would defeat the purpose for what the people are asking for. I don't know that.
Is it for
But-
pets, I assume?
I'm sorry,
Is it for pets then, I assume?
pets and coming both ways.
Yeah.
Because there's that big stretch of woods back there, they're looking for some protection for them coming in and their pets getting out.
Yeah, I don't see that that's probably, that neighborhood is probably a big, migration route.
Right. But there is a large area for them to come out of the
Yeah, yeah.
retention
Yeah,
pond
yeah,
and back
yeah.
into the
But
wetlands.
that's out behind.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm good with black chain link. It'll last longer and require less maintenance and,
It's
Harder
just
to
more
throw
usable.
your clippings over it.
Or just for-
Exactly, exactly.
I don't know, it's only 4 feet,
It'd be harder for me. It'd be the difference between
Well,
me
yeah,
being
that-
like
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
and like nah.
yeah. For you, we'd have to get a 3-foot fence. I don't know. All right,
I'd have to look at the original order, but I don't know if it really specifies on type of fence. I know that the intent has always been.
Yeah, the
based on
intent, but I think it is specified as
Is
a post rail,
So do we
Okay.
a
amend it?
2-post rail.
I don't know if this is significant enough to rise to the level of an amendment.
So
Just
just,
an official amendment,
Just
this may be
document.
Well, maybe we want to have them edit the plan to show the amended fence so that if, 20 years down the road, someone comes in and we're like, hey, what's this chain link fence when it says post and rail right here?
I think we can do that when they end up closing the permit.
As built.
When they go, yeah, the as-bid will say, this is a minor project change, this was a chain link instead of the proposed.
As long as it's documented.
Yeah, we just have, no, I
Put it in
agree,
the
I agree with
minutes.
Ariane, we have to document it, that,
It's
that
in the
we made
minutes,
the
yeah.
change, but I don't think it rises to the level of an amendment.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have to
Yeah.
do it.
I just didn't want to do what I wanted to ask first.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yeah,
That's it.
Think so.
that's all I have.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have one addition real quick. Did you ever get a chance to look at the order for the mulch pile?
Yeah. I asked the question in the email.
Oh, sorry. Oh. Oh, sorry. I'll check it.
I have to check which meeting that, whenever we originally brought it up, I think I responded with like, is this impacting one or two of the orders? We went out there and assessed it and I was like, I don't feel confident in what was previously there versus what it looked like now, because
Do
I
they have
still,
logs laying down?
I still see the laws, so
Well,
I was confused.
Yeah.
So. You know, it's like that, right?
Yeah.
Kind of,
Is this the
the
right
Maple
way?
Street?
Okay,
Yeah. And you see the logs are along this side.
Right.
And they kind of go like that.
yes,
They're supposed to go like that. There's
so they're
supposed to be-
not in the back.
There's supposed to be a place to provide a barrier and to allow, fire trucks to-
Behind it.
around it, yes.
Around the entire.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I think they took these out and ran them over here and stacked them up,
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Okay,
and I think that's,
I needed that visual.
yeah, they should have gone down, this is all open, which is fine. They're not even supposed to like park over there or do anything out there.
Okay,
And then, again, running along the back, and I think they've,
Yeah, I
Kind
think
of.
I thought the left side is what you were mentioning.
no, it goes along the back.
Yeah.
And so,
Okay.
but you can, excuse me, you can validate that in the order,
okay,
I believe it says that.
okay,
We could probably even go back into Google Earth,
okay.
if you go back in, you know, the historic, go back a year
Yeah,
or two,
yep,
you'll be able to see that that line was established.
okay,
That'd be something to look into.
okay, yep.
All right, can we help you?
Yes.
Come on up. What can we do for you, sir?
This is the first time coming here and I don't know the process very well here.
It's okay.
So we bought a house
Oh,
to.
I'm sorry, could you identify yourself for the record?
Oh,
please?
my name is Srikanth Yaramreddy and that's my wife.
Hey,
Ma.
hey, Ma.
And we used to live in Foxborough last 20 years, but we moved 2 years back to Bellingham here.
It's better here than
My-
Foxborough.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You can
My
put that.
wife works in Milford, so we thought that it's much closer to the workplace than Foxborough. So we bought a house little over 2.5 years back. And it's in the Bellingham Estates. It's I think 17 or 18 years old house. There is a conservation area back of the house, which is like that is within the property, our property, but it's marked as conservation area. And the trees are like, no, I don't know exact height, but they are grown up to like 30-40 feet now. So with the wind, they are not sometimes moving on both sides. So we are afraid that someday they'll, with the winds that flowing nowadays, that they may,
With the
fall.
snow also, if the
No.
snow
Yeah.
is heavy,
They may fall
they
onto
may
the
fall on the roof.
roof, so. We want permission from you to cut down those trees which are dangerous to the house.
This is 24 Hampton, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna show the picture, you sent me pictures.
Yeah, yeah. I
Right,
can definitely
okay.
have it. I have. So you can really see if you come over to someone and can see the tree line, you can see that one.
Just give me one moment, I'm gonna forward it.
Oh, yeah, that's. Oh, yeah, you've got the open space all around.
Yeah, it's two sides, it's
Yep.
one side, and one of the side is like, at least just 15 or 20 feet just from the house. But the trees are very big.
That's one of the access points to the, in between those two driveways is the access point
Yes,
to the
yeah,
open
yeah,
space path.
Or Whitehall Way, I
Yeah,
think is what it's called.
Yep, for the open space path system we have in there.
Okay, he's gonna share his picture.
Yeah.
That fence is also very old,
Oh,
that is.
that's missing it.
That is
Yeah,
breaking away because the deers jumping. And they are breaking away.
Do you wanna point out which trees you're talking about? Are you talking about the,
No, this is one side,
This
other, no, the other side, the one, yeah, this is a tree, these are trees here. There's another picture which is touching the, yeah, this is the tree. But the picture is not showing a trunk.
reaching it out over the house.
Yeah.
Uh,
And there are some dead trees also there within the property line. I don't know, someday they'll. Or
I think it's something we should just probably get some eyes on and have a look at. And then,
so I could send, Mike Burr out there. Cause he would be the one doing it.
Yeah.
For the town.
So
Yeah.
have them identify.
I guess he'll just have to first determine if it's even alive or not. I don't know. Cause like if it's a healthy tree,
This is in our.
it's like our property, right?
Yeah.
Or wait, no, it's not.
It's our property.
It is
It's your property.
property, but that is marked as conservation area.
Right.
I think that fence is a no disturb.
No,
Is that what it
disturb.
is?
yeah,
Okay, so like, yeah, that's where I wasn't really sure
yeah,
how
and then it
to,
blends into the open space in the back.
right,
I'd have to see the plot plans to know for sure. But it is. A lot of those houses are squished up against the no disturb pretty close, so. Yeah, I guess let's have Mike go out and have a look at it and get his opinion on what can be done to mitigate the safety hazards. You know, with limbs over the house, and maybe it's some trimming, maybe it's the whole tree, you know, we don't, or the dead trees.
In your mind, how many trees?
At least 2 dead trees I see,
Okay.
3 dead trees, and there are one, this is very big
Yeah,
tree.
that's
this is
still their
one.
problem.
And there are some smaller ones, there are in the conservation area, but they are leaning towards the.
Yeah.
Into the law.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
between them.
So both combination of dead and living.
yeah.
We actually have-
Generally, with this, like, we won't guarantee we're gonna cut the whole tree down or not, you know, we have our arborists go out there and assess it. He'll say what he thinks needs to be done, and then if there is gonna be, any cutting, we have a couple of rules that like, we follow like 3 or 4 feet, like we don't take out the stump and like stuff like that. But we can definitely go out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll definitely have a look at it,
Yeah.
yeah. In certain circumstances that we allow for trees to do them on, so.
yeah, at least that big tree is very dangerous, one, it has gone 2 branches, one is leaning towards the house and another one is straight.
Leading away, yeah,
Okay.
okay. All right, can you get that on your list?
Yep,
All right,
And then you
Thank
have
you.
contact information?
emails
Yeah,
at least,
emails.
and
Phone number.
probably a phone number. Yeah, I know we had talked a bit ago.
so,
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, good night.
Thank you.
Okay, that looks like everything on the list.
This is Kyle's last meeting.
Oh, it is. Wait a minute, I thought you were like gonna be a permanent fixture for us. No?
Well,
God, I was gonna bring donuts there.
I know. Oh, so
Are you out of time or are we out of money?
Donuts, no, nothing.
I don't know.
no, it's, you have a Wednesday night class, so at least for this semester.
Nice
Uh,
guy. You're gonna learn everything you need to know in this meeting.
what class?
I don't even remember what class it is, yeah.
No,
All right.
You have no class.
Him.
Yeah, no,
I was waiting.
Oh,
Stick up on that.
I told him though, after the semester is over, if in the future that you guys would definitely be open to an alternative. Member. Sticking around,
I would do that, yeah.
That'd be like a non-voting, you mean?
yeah,
I just sit here and watch.
We have done that in the past. We have done that.
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting here.
We've done that in the past. We've had, not very often, but
Yeah.
we've had people come in and just, they kind of. Again, they're non-voting member, but they participate and they go on
Yeah.
sidewalks and.
Yes, question.
Yeah.
I did that for like 2 years. And
Yeah, I
then
think that's great. I wish I
Lori
had-
left.
Yep, that's awesome.
Is the board was full, is that why?
Yeah,
The board
I
is
was
full.
sitting there waiting in line,
No,
like,
but I meant when Ariane did it.
Yeah, the board was full at the time, so, yeah, and then we go patches where we don't have people. so,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, we'd love to have you.
I'll be back in some form.
Yeah.
some point.
Excellent.
Well, thanks for everything you did.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
I enjoyed it a lot. so.
he's saying that because I'm right here.
You're gonna miss
And he
him.
really,
He really enjoyed working with Hannah.
well, I didn't say, I
Blink if
didn't
you
say
don't
working
feel
with
safe.
Hannah, I said working, I said with the commission.
He's over here.
Yeah, just to be clear,
All right,
our meeting is adjourned.
yeah.
I will accept the motion to adjourn.
I would like to make that motion.
Damn, I was waiting for someone.
I know, I was too.
Y'all wanna hang out?
I'll second it.
All right, I'm not gonna roll call this one. All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
We're looking